Hi book lovers! My name is Christina and welcome back to Cozy Novel Niche. Today I decided to start with the very first official video on this channel because the newbie tag is kinda a staple. I decided to go with something that will let you know a bit more about myself since it's a new space for both of us here. So let's see what I can tell you about me as a reader, and please let me know down below if you relate to anything or if you're the completely opposite for something. Just let me know because I think that it's so fun. So this is the 25 bookish facts about me, and you kind of just collect 25 random facts about yourself as a reader and you put them in this sort of cauldron and see how it goes. So the very first fact is the easiest one, and it's I love reading. I always loved reading. I will forever probably love reading, and I've been a reader since I can remember. So this is something that kind of runs in my blood too, because my father is a reader, my grandma is a reader, so it's going down, and I love this fact. Fact number 2, I love physical books. Of any kind of books out there, I still prefer the physical books the most. Fact number 3, I'm fond of audiobooks, but it's a recent love that bloomed I would say probably in 2018, and since then I've never stopped. I'm still listening to audiobooks. Plus, I can remember that I used to listen to audiobooks when I was a child. It was these old vinyls with fairy tales on them. So that was a form of audiobooks too. And I used to listen to them always when I was a child. Fact number 4, books are a treat for me. When I'm sad or I'm happy, I want to make myself a present, or I want to pick myself up, I'm buying a book. Other people maybe buy clothes or buy something else that is useful for them or that makes them happy, like perfumes maybe, or cosmetics, or food, or anything like that. For me, it's books. If I want to make a present for myself, it's always books, even because almost no one, except for some very special people in my life, almost no one gives me books, because I read a lot and people usually just are afraid to buy me something that I don't like or already have. So I buy my books for myself, and every time is a good excuse to buy a book for yourself, because why not? Fact 5, I love the smell of old books. The older the better, plus I always smell my books. Different editions from different publishing houses have a different smell, and I just love it. I know it's strange and silly, and it's something that unites a lot of readers, but it's controversial for others, but I just love that smell. I don't know. Fact number 6, again, I think that unifies a lot of readers, and it's that I hate vividly, with all of my heart, stickers on books. Why are you doing it, booksellers and publishers, and why you keep putting stickers on our books? They ruin them, they're horrible, we don't want them, and you keep putting. Why? Yeah, I'm angry like that. Then fact number 7 is that I tend to completely forget about my ebooks. I own a huge amount of ebooks, and usually I completely forget about them, and I never read them, and it's horrible, I know, and I should be better about it, and I'm trying to find a way to not forget about them always. So I will think about something force myself to read an ebook a month or something like that, because otherwise they just stay there and I don't remember that I own them, and it's not good. Fact 8 is that I adore second-hand and used books. I adore going to shopping for them. I adore owning them. The idea of giving a second life to a book that already had one, I think that it's just amazing, and I love wondering what happened to this book, who owned it. It's just an adventure within the adventure inside the book, so I love it. Fact 9 is that I'm very, very bad at finishing series. I start them, maybe I reach like the midst of them, and then I don't finish them. Why? No explainable reason whatsoever. So this is again something that I'm struggling with, and who knows if I ever will be able to overcome this huge obstacle of mine. So yeah, I'm bad at finishing series. Are you bad at finishing series too? Do you know why? Let me know, please. Fact 10 is that I can read pretty much everywhere. I'm not affected by noise in any way, so I can read when I'm with people, when I'm alone, on the transportation, or while I'm walking, at any moment pretty much, except in a car, or maybe in a car, yes, but only if I'm like on a freeway that's straight. But I get car sick, so I'm not good at reading in a car, unfortunately, but audiobooks are a saver in that case. Fact 11 is that I love going book shopping when I'm abroad, traveling for whatever reason, for work, for leisure. I just love finding bookshops and going there and browsing and buying something, because that way the book has the story in itself, and again a different story that it will always remind me of, and that's that of the trip that I took. And the fact number 12 is kind of connected, and I love looking for the different designs of book covers that I know in a foreign state. So if I go anywhere around the world, I like to get into a bookshop, even if it's in a language that I will never be able to read. I don't buy the book, but I love looking at the covers and see the different designs and whatsoever. So it's just a hobby, kinda, when I'm traveling. So when someone is traveling with me, they kind of know that one of the places that I will always visit is a bookshop. Fact 13 is that a huge pet peeve of mine is when a series has different formats of a book. That's something that drives me crazy, and like literally I can't stand it. I have some books like that. I have some series that are completely mismatched. Like a book is shorter, a book is higher, a book is slimmer, or with a different cover. I don't know why the publishers keep doing that, but it happens, and hate it. Fact 14 is that I can read in 4 languages: Russian, Italian, English and French, even if the French right now is like the dustiest and rustiest one. And connected is fact 15, and it's that I prefer to read in Italian and in English right now, because my Russian is a bit rusty, which means that unlike French that I kind of abandoned, and so I don't remember a lot of things in Russian. It's just that it takes me longer to finish a book because I really have to concentrate. I understand everything, but I kind of have to concentrate, so reading feels less natural maybe when I'm reading in Russian, and that's something that I definitely need to work on, because I don't want it to be that way. Russian is my first language, so I would love to be able to read in it like fluidly without a second thought. And since I've not looked on my paper here, that was also fact 16, and it's that with time it got more complicated reading in Russian. So yeah, that was fact 16. Fact 17 is that I'm trying to own my books more, in the sense that I'm trying to get to finally underlying and taking notes, because some years ago I was one of those people who wanted their books to be completely pristine. Even if they were secondhand, I wanted to keep them just like I bought them. But now I'm trying to just get physical with books, if it makes any sense. And I love it. I love actually underlying parts that I love, or writing little notes here and there. It's not natural, but I'm working on it. 18 is that when I was little I really wished to write a book, but I don't think that it will never happen. I don't have a great idea for an amazing book, so maybe when I will get like much older, but for now I don't see it in my future, so I don't think that I will write a book. Who knows? But it's just something that I wanted to share. 19 is that I use pretty much anything I have at hand as a bookmark. I have some bookmarks, but since they're like pretty and beautiful, I store them away because I don't want them to get ruined, and then I don't use them. I know it doesn't make any sense. So I end up using anything like pieces of papers or receipts or everything that I have at hand, like a pen, a pencil, whatever. I will use it. The only thing that I don't do is I don't dog-ear pages, except if they are like non-fiction and I'm trying to reference it for any study purposes, and otherwise I never dog-ear my books. I don't like it. Fact 20 is that fantasy is my go-to genre. I've always read fantasy, I adore it, and I'm not sick of it yet for whatever reason, so I keep reading fantasy when I want something that comforts me. Usually that's the genre that I go to. Fact 21 is that non-fiction is a close second. Recently in the last 5 years, I really fell in love with non-fiction, and so that's a genre that I refer to often and go back to often too. Plus middle grades. Middle grades are something that are near and dear to my heart. Every now and then I go there and read a middle grade. Fact 22 is that I used to have a channel before, a booktube channel. It had a very similar name to this one, but at the end I decided to leave it and start from scratch, for no real reason except for the desire to start from scratch for whatever reason again. So this is my attempt at a new beginning here. Fact 23 is that I'm a seasonal reader. I love to select my books and kind of to give to each book a season when it's possible, because some books really inspire a season for me. Like some books are more autumnal or more spring-like or summer-like. So yeah, I'm a seasonal reader. And fact 24 is that I'm also a mood reader, which means that I'm very bad at TBRs or to be read piles. So usually I go with seasonal TBRs so that I have a lot of books to choose from. And usually the way I pick the next book is that I just stand in front of my bookshelves, I go through the titles, and one book just sparks my attention in that moment, and that's the book that I will read. That's that simple. And the last is fact 25, and it's that reading is, was, and I hope will be forever my happy place. That's something that makes me genuinely happy. It makes me at peace with myself and with the world. It broadens my horizons. It helps me to understand the world around me better. It helps me to experience things that I will never be able to experience otherwise. And it's just something that I love doing. And that's the reason why I have this channel here. So I hope that after this video you know me a little bit better. Again, let me know down below if you have anything that you relate to, or if you're the complete opposite. I would love to know it. And if you reached that far in the video, please leave me like a lens or a glasses emoji so that I will know that you're a champion and you stand it this video through it all till the end. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye! Ciao!